Yesterday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, scientists aimed humanity's most powerful radio telescope at an object hurtling through our solar system at 137,000 miles per hour, searching for a signal that would change everything we know about our place in the universe. For 6 months, Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb insisted this wasn't just another comet. The trajectory was too perfect, passing Mars, Venus, and Jupiter with suspicious precision. The size was unprecedented. The brightening defied easy explanation. Now, after hours of scanning during its closest approach to Earth, the Breakthrough Listen project released their verdict. Did they detect the electromagnetic whisper of an alien probe reporting back to its makers light years away? Or does the silence tell us something else entirely? Welcome back. For those of you who remember the excitement of the Apollo missions, you'll appreciate this. We're living through a moment when science fiction speculation meets rigorous scientific method, and sometimes the truth is exactly what the data shows, no matter how much we might hope for something extraordinary. Let me take you back to July 2025. The Atlas Survey telescope in Chile detected something unusual, an object moving at 137,000 miles per hour, far too fast to be gravitationally bound to our sun. Within days, astronomers calculated its trajectory, a hyperbolic orbit tilted 175 degrees to the plane of our solar system. This wasn't just passing through, this was an intruder from another star system, only the third interstellar object we've ever identified. You remember Oumuamua in 2017, that cigar-shaped mystery that sparked endless speculation. You remember Borisov in 2019, the more conventional-looking comet. Now we had 3I Atlas, and this one was different. Bigger, older, following a path that would bring it within 170 million miles of Earth in December. Enter Avi Loeb, the Harvard astronomer who never met an interstellar object he didn't think might be alien technology. Back in July, even before we had clear images, Loeb proposed that 3I Atlas could be an extraterrestrial probe, perhaps part of a network of reconnaissance spacecraft sent by an advanced civilization to explore neighboring star systems. His argument? The trajectory was suspiciously precise, passing within tens of millions of miles of Mars, Earth's moon, Venus, and Jupiter. Too convenient to be natural, he suggested. The size was unusual, potentially up to 15 miles across, larger than either previous interstellar visitor. And why was it brightening so dramatically as it approached the sun? Loeb created what he calls the Loeb scale, rating the likelihood of an object being alien technology from 0 to 10. He gave 3I Atlas a 4, not definitive, but enough to warrant serious investigation. Here's where it gets interesting, and I want your opinion on this. NASA responded with characteristic caution. Every observation from Hubble to the James Webb Space Telescope, from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter to spacecraft at Jupiter, showed the same thing, a classic cometary nucleus surrounded by a coma of gas and dust, a tail shaped by solar wind, chemical signatures of water, ice, carbon dioxide, and carbon monoxide. It looked like a comet, it behaved like a comet, it was composed like a comet, but Loeb persisted. Absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence, he argued. What if the probe was coated in ice? What if it was designed to look natural? The scientific community was skeptical, but they couldn't ignore the possibility entirely. That's where Breakthrough Listen entered the picture. The Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia is purpose-built for one mission, searching for technosignatures, evidence of extraterrestrial technology. When 3I Atlas reached its closest point to Earth on December 19th, just 170 million miles away, the telescope spent hours scanning across multiple radio frequencies. They weren't looking for little green men broadcasting hello, they were searching for narrowband signals, the kind of focused radio emissions that only technology produces. Natural cosmic sources emit radio waves across broad spectrums. Artificial transmitters, whether there are spacecraft communicating with Earth or hypothetical alien probes reporting back to their creators, emit concentrated signals at specific frequencies. It's the difference between the static of a waterfall and a pure musical note. The results came back yesterday. Nothing. Not a whisper, not a hint of artificial radio emission. Lead researcher Benjamin Jacobson Bell from UC Berkeley was refreshingly direct in his statement. We all would have been thrilled to find technosignatures coming from 3I Atlas, but they're just not there. In the end, there were no surprises. The report concluded that 3I Atlas exhibits typical cometary characteristics with no evidence suggesting anything other than natural astrophysical processes. Now here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know what you think. Does this settle the matter? Loeb argues that radio silence doesn't prove anything. A truly advanced civilization might use communication methods we can't detect. Quantum entanglement, gravitational waves, technologies we haven't even imagined. He points out that we discussed sending exactly this kind of probe ourselves. The Breakthrough Starshot initiative proposes launching thousands of lightweight probes toward Alpha Centauri. Why wouldn't another civilization do the same? But here's the counter-argument, and this is where decades of experience watching the space program teaches us something. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. We've now examined 3I Atlas with every tool in our arsenal. Optical telescopes show a comet, infrared spectroscopy shows cometary composition, radio telescopes show nothing artificial. The trajectory, while interesting, falls well within the expected parameters of natural objects ejected from other star systems. The brightening, completely normal for a comet approaching the sun, just more dramatic because this comet is unusually large and active. Sometimes a comet is just a comet, even if it comes from 7 billion years and countless light years away. Think about what this object represents regardless of its origin. It formed in another star system when our own solar system was still young. It traveled through the darkness between stars for longer than complex life has existed on Earth. It carries chemical signatures from stellar nurseries we'll never see. That's extraordinary enough without needing aliens. What bothers me, and maybe you feel this too, is how quickly we jump to exotic explanations when the universe already provides endless wonders. You lived through Apollo, you watched humanity leave Earth and walk on another world. That actually happened, no speculation required. Isn't that miraculous enough? 3I Atlas is now heading outward, past Jupiter in March, eventually leaving our solar system forever. We may never see another interstellar visitor this closely observed in our lifetimes, but we learned something crucial. Our planetary defense networks work, our international cooperation functions, and our ability to quickly characterize unknown objects is better than ever. Whether you side with NASA's methodical analysis or Loeb's persistent skepticism, write your thoughts below. Should we investigate every possibility, even unlikely ones, or should we trust the data when it consistently points one direction? I'll be reading every comment. Thank you for watching.